Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. This is No Soundbites Allowed, and I am your host, Michael Voss, Dragon of the Southern Tier. I am here in Kirkwood at the Kate Newcomb for Sheriff event. She's just spoken. There are a few people who are at the event, and we're going to hear from them. In particular, a very popular figure. Some may recall he's former mayor of Binghamton. I will allow him to introduce himself because he does it so well. How are you today, sir? Please introduce yourself to those who I don't know who that may be, but who doesn't know.
Well, good morning, Mike. Former Mayor Rich Bucci from the city of Binghamton. Glad to be here this morning for this very special occasion.
And we thank you for taking a moment to speak with us about this. So, Kate Newcomb is just, Captain Kate Newcomb has just mentioned she's running for sheriff. She's got 30 years of experience. She's been a hard worker. That's without dispute. What do you think are her prospects going forward?
Well, I think, first of all, I was very impressed with her announcement this morning. I think she was very passionate. She outlined an exceptional career of service to Broome County. And I think once people get to know her, they'll be as impressed as all of us were here this morning. And I think she's got a record of accomplishment. She's got experience. She's got enthusiasm. She's got passion for the job. I think she's got everything that we're looking for in our next sheriff.
Now, you may not know this, but if she wins, she's looking at becoming just the second woman in all of New York State, the 42nd woman in all of the United States to become a Broome County sheriff. So, with that, and looking at the history involved, do you think that's going to be a motivating factor, or is it just about her record and her accomplishments?
Well, I think it could be one of many factors, but I think the good thing is that she's got a solid resume, and she's got exceptional experience, and I think people are going to look at that in regards to her enthusiasm, and then look at the whole package and realize this is really a dynamic individual to be our top law enforcement official in Broome County. And if we make history with that, that's even better. I think that will excite and make people very proud of where we are in this part of the state.
Well, no one knows the local politics of Broome County better than yourself, sir. You're right on the pulse of the people, and I have to take my lead from your example. But I would also offer to you, if there is any other question, anything, or any other statement you'd like to make at this moment while you have the opportunity to speak to the audience.
Well, I'd say many of you probably do not know Kate Newcomb. Take an opportunity over the next several months. The election is not to November of 2022. There's a lot of time. Get to know her, look at her track record, look at her accomplishments, and I think you'll realize she is the best qualified candidate to be our next sheriff.
I thank you, Mayor, and I hope that you're going to have a great day today.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mike.
Continuing our coverage from Kirkwood, New York at the Kate Newcomb for Sheriff event, I have former Binghamton Councilman Bob Seidel with me. He's a personal friend. We'd love to have the opportunity to speak with him, and we want to hear his voice. Bob, you're here at the event. You've heard Captain Newcomb speak about her run to become the first woman county sheriff in Broome County, only the second in all of New York State. Let me ask you, what was your impression of her speech today?
She was running on all issues. She hit every topic that needed to be addressed. She's awesome. I have no question in my mind that she'll be our next Broome County sheriff, and she'll do as good of a job as that as she has coming up through the ranks, from patrolman all the way up to captain of the patrol division.
Councilman, did you know Kate before this event?
I've met her a couple times, and in fact, when Dave Harder was talking about perhaps retiring, I spoke to her and I says, I hope that you run for the sheriff's job.
So today was a fruition of a vision.
Yes.
And for those who are watching, who are maybe not familiar with Captain Newcomb, can you tell us what is the thing that you think will stand out in this election?
Well, when you look at 30 continuous years of service in the Broome County Sheriff's Department and her leadership roles and the things that she has done with setting up the drug task force, our SWAT team is under her direction. All that she has done up until this point, there is absolutely no question in my mind that she will bring that sort of leadership forward as our next Broome County Sheriff.
And as always, whenever I do an interview, I always like to ask, is there anything that you would like to just mention to the audience, those who are watching this at this time? Any thoughts?
The only thing that I would like to mention is this is not about politics. This isn't a Republican-Democrat thing. This is too important to be playing politics with. This is a very essential position for Broome County. David Harder has done a wonderful job as sheriff, and I commend him for the way that he has directed the force up till this time. And Kate has learned from Dave. I expect that Kate will continue on with a leadership role that has been set for her by Sheriff Harder.
Well, Councilman Seidel, I want to thank you for the time here today. We don't want to take you away from the many people who are here at the event, but we thank you for taking a moment to speak to our audience.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Today I feel very privileged and honored to be given this opportunity to be here to announce the candidate Kathleen Newcomb for the office of Broome County Sheriff.
Thank you, Joe. I admire your honor, your integrity, and your resolve.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your service to our country, and thank you for always having law enforcement's back.
Thank you.
Good morning. I have invited you here today to share an exciting announcement. First, I would like to explain why I chose this location. I chose Grange Hall Park for this event because it has special and profound significance to me. 19 years ago, my friend, Kevin Tarcia, was brutally and tragically murdered in this park. And tomorrow, September 19th, is Kevin's birthday. If Kevin were alive today, he would be 56 years old tomorrow. I want to thank Kevin's family for allowing me to make this announcement here. And my sincere hope is that Kevin is here with us today. I have spent my entire 30-year law enforcement career working for the Broome County Sheriff's Office. I began my career in 1992 as a uniformed deputy sheriff working patrol on the roadways of Broome County. From there, I have worked my way through the hierarchy and operations of the office to attain the rank of captain of the law enforcement division. I proudly oversee 55 law enforcement professionals. Working for the sheriff's office has been both rewarding and exhilarating. It's really my passion. Let me tell you a little bit about my career. I have held a variety of ranks and positions which have provided me the experience and knowledge to intimately understand the issues that face our community today. In 2004, I played an instrumental role in implementing the Broome County Narcotics Task Force. The task force is a unit that is comprised of multiple local law enforcement agencies. It's an exceptionally successful unit that still functions some 17 years after its inception. Those officers work relentlessly to take guns and drugs off our streets. I'm proud of the work the task force does every single day. I have seen the office through multiple accreditation assessments. New York State accreditation is a tedious and laborious task of ensuring the office meets 110 standards set by New York State. Attaining the accreditation certification, Attaining the accreditation certification demonstrates that the office functions at a high level of excellence and professionalism. I serve as the supervisor of our elite tactical team. Our SWAT team is a highly trained unit that's used in high risk and dangerous situations. And this past year, I worked with law enforcement colleagues and community partners on the police reform and reinvention platform. We worked hard to ensure that we met and continue to meet all of the mandates and stipulations set forth by New York State. During my tenure, I investigated and took down a local dogfighting ring and sent a man to prison for that for many years. I was assigned full-time to the Kevin Tarsia homicide investigation, working alongside the New York State Police and the Broome County District Attorney's Office to see the investigation through up to the sentencing of Kevin's murderers. I worked tirelessly to locate and reunite a 5-year-old boy with his father after he was abducted by a close family relative. These are just a few of the many highlights that come to mind when I look back over my 3 decades of working with the Sheriff's Office. Thank you. As a woman, I have been a role model to countless young girls who look to strong women for guidance, direction, and leadership. I am proud of my gender, and I applaud all women who find the courage to step up and lead. Thank you. Thank you. And if elected sheriff, I will continue to support and mentor young women. I have committed the majority of my life serving and protecting this community, a commitment I take seriously and plan to continue. You know, oftentimes I have called Sheriff Harder a pioneer. Many times he has been the first one to step up and say, hey, let's try this, or why don't we test that? I admire that tenacity, grit, and resolution. If elected, I plan to continue that exact same mantra, to step up and lead from the front, to be the first to try something new, to break down barriers and to build bridges with our community, to provide, thank you very much, to provide an atmosphere for the Broome County Sheriff's Office employees to succeed and to grow. I will practice fiscal responsibility, and I will be accountable and transparent to the residents of Broome County. Thank you. I believe that public safety is not about politics. Public safety is about choosing people over politics. Thank you. My goal will be simple, and my goal will be clear: to protect and serve this community. Thank you. My name is Kate Newcomb. Today, I am officially announcing my candidacy for the office of Broome County Sheriff. I appreciate your support, and I look forward to continuing to serve my community, to protect our families, our friends, our neighbors, our properties, and our businesses. Thank you for coming, and thank you for your support.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. This is Michael Voss, Dragon of the Southern Tier. We are in Kirkwood, New York. We are at the Kate Newcomb for Sheriff event, and we've just heard Captain Kate Newcomb speak with us. We've had an opportunity to grab her for a few moments away from her supporters to just ask one or two questions, and with that, I'm going to get right at it. Captain Newcomb, you had a very strong speech today. There were many people who were very happy to hear from you, including former Mayor Bucci, former Councilman Bob Seidel, and many others who are here to show their support. Let me ask you, how do you feel right now?
I feel on top of the world, Michael. I'm very humbled and appreciative of all of the support and everyone who came out today for my official announcement.
I know there's been a lot of build up to this event, and I know a lot of people get nervous ahead of time. Do you feel like the weight has lifted off your shoulders, or is it just mounting because now you're in the race?
Oh, Michael, it's just beginning. I plan on working very hard every single day, and I plan on being elected the next Broome County Sheriff.
Now, I know that some of the news media were here earlier. There has been some talk of this, even rumors before you've announced. Have you been hearing support? Have people had questions for you on up till today?
Yeah, I've been interacting with the public actually all summer long. I've been going to a number of events, speaking to the community, seeing what their issues are, and so I think I have a good idea of that moving forward and the direction in which this campaign must go.
And what's been the feedback you've gotten so far?
I think that the people of Broome County want a more transparent and accountable person who is willing to answer their questions and be an open book to the community.
Okay. And have any of the, I just want to ask, because being potentially the first female, the first woman to be a county sheriff, and being only the 42nd in all of the country, have a lot of women and young girls been reaching out to you about what's your experience have been?
So I would be, when I'm elected, I will be the second woman in New York State. We currently have a sitting sheriff in Jefferson County who is a female. So yes, I interact with young girls and females on a regular basis. As you can see, a lot of my supporters here today are female. And I think that they're excited for this campaign. And that's the feedback that I get, Michael, is that they're excited that it's time for a woman to step up and lead the Broome County Sheriff's Office.
And I know your website is up now. I saw it last night.
It is.
So we're looking forward to looking that over, and we'll be speaking again with you in the future. We want to thank you for taking a few moments away from your supporters during your big announcement today. And we want you to get back and enjoy your time with them, and we'll be talking with you again very soon.
Thank you, Michael, and I appreciate you coming out to cover this event.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.